Howdy y'all, Texas Outlaw poet Jeff Callaway here. Since I've done the track with Spain musician Lo Bellver, the greatest poems of all, which kind of marries spoken word poetry to music. Ever since we did the track, I've had a lot of people ask me what the story behind the poem was and what the words were about. So I'm heading from Kaufman, Texas to my old hometown of Malakoff right now. I thought I'd take the time to explain the story behind the poem, I guess. So in 2000, I was busted by the cops for 9 pounds of psilocybin mushrooms and had a good attorney who was able to whittle my sentence down to 3 years in the penitentiary. And so I went to prison for a year and a half and got out on parole. And in 2003, the September 13th, I believe, the day Johnny Cash died, I was apprehended at a bar in Athens, Texas, with a bag of speed and cocaine mixed together. I was in mourning for Johnny Cash's death day. And anyway, so that violated my parole and got me new charges. While on trial for these new charges, I went on the run and went with a couple of really good friends out to California for the National Rainbow Gathering that year. Spent about a month, beautiful trip in California. When we came back, I moved to Austin because I figured the big city would be, a good way to give me cover from, the cops looking for me on those charges. While in Austin, I started doing open mics right around the end of 2004 and really started to make a name for myself. And that's where I picked up the Texas Outlaw poet moniker. And anyway, did lots of venues, open mics, made a name for myself. All the good feedback I was getting really inspired me to write a whole lot more. And the greatest poems of all was one of the first ones I wrote, high off the influence of all the good feedback and stuff I'd gotten at readings and stuff. The poem, it's basically the definition of my soul at that time in my late 20s. Just my spirit at that time, the things I was into, lots of drinking, picking up girls at clubs. I reference a lot of the experiences that I had had in my journey up to that point, staying with my good friend Dirty Phil in Dallas, all the kids in Plano who were overdosing on heroin at the same time I was on heroin. So I referenced just a lot of experiences that I had had up to that point along the way. Also kind of my ethos, just what I was into, my spirit at that time in the my late 20s. So, essentially that's what it's about. It's just my experience at that time, Now I've since, getting older and stuff, I've slowed down. I'm not so much of an outlaw anymore, but definitely I've had a lot of experiences that, have fueled my writing even still. Been through a lot of crazy stuff. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much the story of it. I really encourage everyone to please like, comment, and share the track that I've done with Lo Bellver. With algorithms and the way they are these days, we really need people to share and comment and like as much as possible to help us get it out there and break through this algorithm so that we can really get it in people's faces that wouldn't normally get to see it. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. Texas Outlaw Poet Jeff Callaway here. Much love. Friends forever. Peace.